Hello and welcome everybody to the 1 year anniversary celebration of Sectors Made Simple.
Hello.
1 year ago today, we started off with Sectors Made Simple,
Hey, mi
where
cucuchichi.
¡Qué bonito se ve!
we have a Zoom call right now with everyone who is a subscriber who can join
I
us.
love it, mi cielo, qué bueno, qué bueno. Nada más que puedo estar un momentico porque me vine a ver algo del ojo porque se me salió el tubo del ojo, por eso tengo lentes. Porque no quiero que me vean que una marciana.
Oh my gosh.
Tengo un tubo que se me sale del ojo, así es que me lo voy a ir ahora a arreglar con el doctor.
You always look good. Hola.
Felicidades, happy birthday.
I'm sorry if that was super loud, but I had to do that. But hello
Happy
everyone.
Okay, I want 500 people here today. Pero los que estamos son los que contamos.
Awesome. So, today is the celebration of our 1 year anniversary. We have been around for a little bit longer than a year, but 1 year ago today, on June 29th of 2020, we released Sectors Made Simple for people to subscribe to. And it wasn't about selling a product, it was about starting to build a community. To continue something that my mom, Julie Stav, started, and to bring it into a new generation, into a little bit more technology, but into a lot more confidence and stability. So, today, I want to share some stories, some different metrics and things that we've learned and talked about over the past year. Show you guys how much our community has grown, and then hear from some of the Sectors Made Simple subscribers, what they've learned, and their experiences through experiencing Sectors Made Simple. So, let us get started with just a short presentation. I'm going to fly through it pretty quickly, but let's show what we've accomplished in the past year. So, Sectors Made Simple started off pretty small, where originally, well, first off, we turned 1 year old. And really, we couldn't have done it without you all. Where we started off small, where it was Nate, my mom, and myself, and we have grown into a much bigger community, where Kira is now helping us, and so many more. Because Sectors Made Simple is not just the four of us, it's also all of you. And we want to thank you, whether you're here for the first time, whether you've just watched a couple of our free webinars, if you're a subscriber, or a dedicated follower. All of you are part of the Sectors Made Simple family. So, thank you. And we couldn't have made it here had it not been for all of you. But with that said, let's look at how our community has grown over the past year and get to share some of the highlights from that year. So, from an early age, this is just going to be a little bit of background on just me, because I'm selfish. No. But from an early age, my mom taught me about investing. But not just how to read a chart, but the value of buy and hold strategies. Not just throwing money and seeing what sticks, learning the market, learning why things happen and how to grow. And after I graduated college, Nate and myself, we met during college, and we decided to partner with my mom. To create what? We had no idea, but we wanted to just create something that could help ourselves invest easier. Sectors Made Simple was not about creating a product that we thought people would want to buy. It was about creating a product that we wanted to use, and through us building that, we wanted to share it with all of you. So, where Sectors Made Simple actually started was in August of 2019. We were all on vacation up in British Columbia, and we read a study by Meb Faber on sector rotation. And we wanted to see, does this still work? And we tested it and found kinda works, but it's not as good as it used to be. So we then made it our mission to see what sector rotation could look like in 2019, moving through 2020, and now into 2021. So, during the early stages of development, we decided that the relative strength matrix would be what we built. It's a way of seeing what sectors were leaders in the short term as well as the long term. But the first matrices had nothing but just the matrix and what it looks like. So, here is a picture. This is the first matrix that we have. This was the start of it all. Now, there's going to be some things you recognize, like, our tickers on the left side, but then you'll see that by count, X count, those, we don't really use buy or sell, we use positive and negative. So we see how just even the matrix itself has changed over time. Now, we continued to work on things from there. This was not the end. And leading up to the launch of Sectors Made Simple, we added more and more features to the matrix, where by the time we launched it, we had something pretty cool. So, when we first started, the matrix had the current matrix, momentum to compare only a specific amount of days, so we had 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, the daily price changes, and a very simple strategy that people could start using to invest with the matrix. And then in addition to it, we had a couple of articles on our website, our weekly newsletters, and of course, the thing that we all enjoy, these webinars. 2 a week, 1 for members and 1 for everybody. And if you're curious, this is what the matrix looked like when we launched Sectors Made Simple. It looks similar to what we remember as being the matrix, but a lot has changed as well. We had our ability to choose our dates, we had our current matrix and our 1 day ago matrix, and then our momentum. But not a lot else. So we then decided to continue growing. But the biggest way that we've grown is not in the updates we've made, but it's in the community that we have all built together. Because we've been live a lot. We've had a lot of these webinars. Because last year, in July of 2020, we had our first ever Sectors Made Simple webinar. And since then, we have hosted 92 webinars, 45 for members, 47 free webinars, and a 15-episode series, all in Spanish, called Inversores en Sectores. In total, the Sectors Made Simple team has been live for 115 hours of webinars in the past year. But that's about all of us. Let's talk about you a little bit, shall we? Because we've been live a lot, but you've also watched a lot. Where over the past year, we've gained 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. And across our 92 webinars that we have on this channel, you've watched our videos 92,300 times, just a bit over 1,000 views per webinar on average. And in total, you've watched our webinars for 23,500 hours. And you've shared our webinars 1,320 times. And lastly, because I know Melly and so many of you adore your likes, I wanted to include some likes. So, you've liked our videos a lot. You've liked our videos 6,800 times in the past year. On average, 99.3% of the people that click the like or dislike, click the like button. So that's incredible. Shameless plug. As a reminder, our YouTube channel is free to subscribe to. If you want to get updates for whenever we go live, which is every Friday, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We greatly appreciate it. Now, what are you actually watching when you come to our channel? Here are our 5 most viewed videos. We have Sectors in Spanish with Julie and Berta that has 7,132 views. Julie and Berta habla sobre inversiones, the same video but in Spanish, 5,268. The introduction to Spreadsheets Made Simpler Basic, which was basic formulas, 4,465. Point and Figure Basics, 3,117. And a fitting 5th place is where it all started, the introduction to Sectors Made Simple 1 year ago today, with 2,759 views. Now, who is our community? Who makes up our community? 56% of our viewers are female, but the ages are incredibly diverse. We have 1 or 2 people, and you know who you are, that are 13 to 17, and they're getting started early. Never too early to start learning how to invest. We have a couple that are past 65 and are looking to make their money continue working for them when they don't want to work for it anymore. And lastly, we have everyone in between, where there's some that are in our ages, some that are in college, some that are looking to start saving for retirement, some that are looking to make their retirement grow. Our audience is diverse from many countries and many ages. And 54% of our viewers, they like mobile. So 54% of our views come from mobile phones or devices. So there's a good chance you right now are watching this on a phone. Now, how about our website? Because this is where there's a lot of cool information. In total, 13,800 unique people have visited our website. 91% of you are from the US, 2.3% are from Mexico, and then Colombia, Canada, and many more. And once again, all of you mobile lovers out there, guess what? 41% of all of our website visits are from mobile. So, now, that's where our community is today. But our community continues to grow. And as we add more and more webinars and features to the Matrix, our community continues to grow larger. We've created a community not around a product, but around education, confidence, and collaboration. And we couldn't have made it this far without you all. So before we talk about where we are today and what our plans are for the future, I want to take a step back and remember all of the people that have been influential or extremely important in helping us to grow, create the basics of the company, and to be able to go from there. So I want to give a special thank you to all of our beta testers, Berta Velita, Mayra Gonzalez, Vero Guevara, and Joe Sedeno, and of course my mom, Julie Stav. And then thank you to those who have helped us since, Melianez, Magnolia Alonso, and so many more. And again, thank you. You in specific, thank you. Because if you're here right now, you are part of our family. If you've been here for every webinar, you are still a part of our family. This is about working together. No one person has all the answers, and that's part of the fun of it, is that we get to learn and explore together. Now, where are we today? Well, the Matrix has grown a lot since those first early screenshots that you saw. We now have the ability to do custom momentum, so you don't need to choose from 1 day ago or 1 week ago. You can choose exactly what dates you want to look at. Then we added backtesting, because part of using any investment tool is learning to make a strategy from it. So backtesting allows you to make a strategy and see how well that strategy would have done over whatever period of time. Then we have our point and figure charts, so you can see BPI and sector point and figure charts. We have our sector BPIs, which allows you to see how many companies in each sector are on buy and sell signals. The relative strength matrix and app for iOS and Android. So if you like to get your information on mobile, now you can. And then we've also improved some things around the matrix, such as a full Spanish language version of our website due to translations from Magnolia. Thank you so much for those. And a learning site with 7 courses that you can follow along with. You don't need a subscription to get started with many of those courses. You can get started with them all for free, And there's one that you can watch the entire thing without needing a subscription. So if you're interested to check that out, go take a look at learn.sectorsmadesimple.com to learn more and to get started with the courses that interest you. Now, what's next? Where are we going from here? Well, this summer we have 3 big things planned. The first is a mini-series with Julie Stav about how to use mobile phones and tablets with Sectors Made Simple. This class series is available for free for Sectors Made Simple subscribers, so you do need a subscription to join that mini-series. Then, we have our Spreadsheets Made Simpler advanced classes, in which it's not going to start from the basics. If you want to learn the basics, we have an entire playlist of videos on our YouTube channel for free to teach you the basics of Google Sheets. This class will continue what you learned in those basic classes all the way up to where you will be able to create a Be a Profit watch list from scratch in Google Sheets. Then, the last thing we're working on this summer is custom matrices, where say you want to see Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, and Dell. See who the relative strength leader out of those 4 companies is. Our new update will allow you to do that. You can choose a group of companies and get a matrix for those companies. And then you can follow that matrix as the prices change over time. Then, moving into the fall, we have some bigger plans, such as another full-length class series for Sectors Made Simple subscribers, as well as we're planning a meetup. I know some of you all are already getting together, and I missed my invite. But we want to do this formally. We want to get together in the fall in Los Angeles, have a meal, get together somewhere in some way, but get to talk, spend some time in person, and connect like the family that we all are. And much more. These are the big plans, but we're always working on new things. We always get to hear from you all what you want to see us do next. So that's part of it, is continuing to build this community together. And because I've already seen a couple of people ask, and I've gotten some emails, yes, we were on vacation last week. Yes, we went to Yosemite, and no, we didn't have cell service. But here's 2 pictures, because I've gotten asked, and I know that I would get a lot of grief if I didn't show them. So, the picture on the right is Nate, Kira, and myself looking out over Half Dome in Yosemite National Park. And then the picture on the left is us on top of that rock. It took 12.5 hours. It was exhausting. It was an incredible experience that I recommend doing. Yeah, worth doing at least once. I'm probably good. I don't plan on doing it again. But it was an incredible experience, and wanted to share some pictures with you because I know if we didn't, my mom would get on my case. But that's the details of Sectors Made Simple. Now, let's talk about you all, because I got this awesome picture from Mayra Gonzalez. So, thank you so much for sending this. But now, many of us are in a Zoom call together. So, let's hear from all of you all what your experiences have been like. So the way we're going to do this is, if you want to share a story or talk a little bit about your experiences with Sectors Made Simple or whatever it might be, just go ahead and raise your hand, unmute, and go ahead and share your story. So, shall we get started? Who wants to go first? Elizabeth, after you.
Do you want to share the
What's
Zoom
that?
call?
It should be shared.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Nice. Congratulations, SMS team. I'm so happy to belong to the family.
Thank you so much.
Gracias, gracias. You know, I've been experiencing a lot of things, and one of those things is that I made a good profit investing in XLE, following the sectors made simple, you know, the things. So that's what I'm happy I want to share with the people. And I'm all excited to still learning, and I'm going to sign up for the next class, you know, and I'm so happy to be here. Congrats to everyone.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Happy to have you.
And I also been using the tablet that I won, sharing, you know, the code that you made for the SMS people. So that's another what device that I'm using. Thanks, Jonathan, for that. And thank you also. I'm going to give the microphone to other people. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Elizabeth.
To everyone.
Thank you. Who wants to go next? Does anyone want to share their stories, their successes, anything?
Hey, make it. It's only one at a time.
It's only one at a time. All right, let's see. We can change that. Gallery view. And then follow host's view. No, let's follow the speaker view. Let's try that.
There you go.
Alrighty. So, if there's no one that wants to share a story right now, I will share a story. So, when we were originally looking at sectors made simple, there was that strategy, that very, very simple strategy that Faber had set up. Now, it's interesting because we found that his very simple strategy used to work up through about 2015 when he decided to publish his paper. And I wouldn't say that his paper brought too many people to the strategy, but the strategy started to not work as well. And what we found was that something we always knew, that it's incredibly important to have your strategy evolve, have the strategy change as time changes. So that's part of the reason why we built the backtesting engine, was that we didn't want to just have to try and figure out what the best strategy at any point would be. No, we wanted a way to test the strategies that we think would be good and build strategies together. So we built the backtesting engine and we found a new strategy that is incredibly simple. That is only you look at the momentum for the 1 week, you buy anything that has an X count of 2 or higher. You can either buy all of them or just the top sector. And from what we found, it's one of the highest performing strategies at the moment, outperforming the SPY, which is the S&P 500. So it goes to show that very simple strategies can be used to create something really, really powerful. Emelida, I see you have your hand up. Would you like to share anything?
There's also a question.
Hello, ¿cómo están, everybody?
Hello.
¿Estamos bien? ¿Y tú?
Hello.
Muy bien, gracias. Yo quiero
Hola.
compartir mi experiencia. Voy a hacerlo en español,
Claro que sí.
en inglés. De verdad, al principio yo soy una de las primeras que comencé me inscribí en Sector Made Simple. Y al principio no entendía mucho cómo es el sector de rotación de sectores. Pero lo que sí comencé a aplicarlo fue cuando veía que era el sector ganador, me iba a buscar ese sector y me buscaba compañía de ese sector. Y ahí conseguí algunas compañías en las cuales comencé a invertir el año pasado, cuando comencé por primera vez en la vida real. Compré algunos sectores como XLK en el principio, eso fue como en octubre. Y experimentando, la primera vez que lo compré perdí un poquito porque al día siguiente se puso negativo y me puse nerviosa y dije cómo funciona y así que comencé poco a poco. Ya cuando agarré más el hilo de lo que estaba aprendiendo, comencé entonces con el backtesting y me ayudó mucho porque comencé a hacer entonces la estrategia que es account con el dedo hacia arriba, no mirando mucho el BPI. Y comencé a comprar en eso, ahí sí comencé a hacer rotación de sectores realmente con buen resultado. Y, especialmente cuando es una sola semana, o sea, cuando el account está de dos arriba y la coloco en una semana. Allí entonces ella me da el que viene y cuando ella viene, por ejemplo, en este caso que hice el experimento fue con XLE y comencé a comprarlo comenzandito y le gané un buen, o sea, un porcentaje que como un 5 o 6% que es lo que llega a un ETF. Después lo cambié y comencé con XLC cuando ya venía de primero y así he notado que cuando viene de primera semana y comienzo a hacer mi investigación en la gráfica, veo que da buen resultado. Y realmente lo sigo haciendo. Ahorita tengo XLC, que lo compré hoy en baja, porque ahora me di cuenta que cuando ellos bajan un poquito, ellos se recuperan cuando aparecen en el sector muy simple. Ya no me da miedo, pero cuando aparece allí, ya ahí sé que él va a estar su bajoncito, pero vuelve a subir y se acomoda y he visto que he tenido resultado. Entonces, de verdad, estoy muy feliz del programa y estamos aprendiendo muchísimo de todo lo que ustedes han hecho. Y de verdad, quiero continuar con el programa para seguir aprendiendo porque hay mucho material y siento que estoy un poco atrasada. Pero realmente, muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much for you doing that, everything. I love it and I like continue to the sector medicine. Thank you.
Ay, gracias a ti. Muchísimas gracias.
You have two questions.
There's 2 questions.
John and Angelica.
Okay. Angelica is asking una pregunta. Cuando vemos 2 semanas atrás, ¿qué quiere decir? Entonces, aquí estamos hablando sobre 2 semanas. El primero estrategia que estuvimos a usar fue usando una inversión cada 2 semanas, pero ahora porque en el año pasado hemos mirado que es más importante invertir cada semana y ahora nuestras estrategias estamos usando solamente una semana. Si necesitas invertir cada semana en cualquier día que te quieres, pero vemos que el día más mejor es viernes cada semana y solamente tienes que invertir cada viernes. Vamos a vender el sector pasado y vamos a comprar un sector nuevo. Y estamos usando una estrategia muy fácil, que tenemos, pienso que 3 o más webinarios sobre esta estrategia. Y Juan está preguntado cómo en las clases de básico, cuando termine estas clases, tenemos una opción para un mes de Sectors Made Simple. Lo siento, pero ahora no tenemos un trial por Sectors Made Simple, solamente tienes la suscripción por un año. Lo siento, un año. Alrighty, is there anyone that would like to share their story in English o español? ¿Todo está bien? Nate, do you want to share a story? I feel like you've been hanging out. You've been part of Sectors Made Simple.
For a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. You want to share your story?
What would I like to share? Well, one second. I'm getting feedback from you. I'm gonna have to mute you for a second. I like, can't hear my...
Yeah.
Okay, now I can speak. Let's see. What do I like to share? I love having such an active community who is very vocal about what they like, what they don't like, how they use the Matrix, what they want to see in the Matrix, because as a behind-the-scenes developer guy, getting that feedback and then being able to make those things and see how you guys use those things is just like the most rewarding part of my job. And I just love this whole community, just like the whole family. I love getting to work with John and Kira and Julie, all of our beta testers, and I don't know. It's just like, I can't believe it's already been a year. I remember John and I met at a Halloween party in, I think, 2017 or 2018. I was dressed as a laundry basket, and I think John was... Do you remember what you were that year?
What?
For Halloween?
I don't think I was anything.
I think John came as himself. And so we just got to talking about like video games and stuff, and it was crazy how so quickly we became just like such fast friends. And then fast forward to, I don't know, the end of 2018, I had like worked at an investment place in Boston, and I didn't like the corporate lifestyle. I didn't like having to wear a suit and tie every day. I hated it. I had really long hair at the time, so I'd have my hair up in a bun, and then I'd have my like tie really tight, and it would like pull my neck, and my hair would pull my neck up, and I'd come home from work every day with a headache. And so I was just like, I'm done with this. I don't want to do this anymore. And so I was looking for a new job. I was just like applying to places, and then John was like, hey, like, I have this cool idea. We're thinking of, you know, my mom does financial education, and we're thinking of doing something a little more, with a little more technology. Like, maybe you could write the code, and like I could do the education stuff and the business stuff. And I was like, that sounds super cool. Like, let's try it out. And I remember meeting Julie for the first time, and she told me, she told John and I, she said, I don't care what you guys do. I'm not hiring you guys to make anything in particular. All I want is for you guys to use your minds. And she said, I'm not hiring you to make anything, I'm hiring you for your minds. And so I'm just so thankful for her for, one, taking a chance on me. She didn't know me very well. Like, I met John in college, and so, you know, I wasn't a friend of his growing up or anything, so she didn't even know me, and she hired me. And just kind of got us going. And it took us a while. We tried a bunch of different ideas, and then, like John said, that Faber paper came around, and we're like, this might be the thing. This might be something to look into, and like, lo and behold, like, started looking into ways to look at sectors and present sectors, and then the matrix came up, and, you know, for a long time, we didn't have anything. We had a bunch of different you saw that first matrix earlier in the webinar of just, like, really ugly, like, gray and red and green, and for a long time, that's all it was, and it took probably a good, like, 6 to 9 months for us to have, like, even that early matrix dashboard. And so I was just really thankful to have the opportunity to just be creative and try to make something, just kind of with this community and with John and with Julie and Kira, and just trying to figure out like what would be something that we could use that would be useful to us and that other people would enjoy using. And so that was 2 years ago, and it took almost a year to make the matrix and then release it, and it was just, I remember that first week of getting our first subscribers, and, you know, we would look at each other and be like, this is crazy. Like, we're like a business now. Like, we're like selling a product that people like enjoy using and that we use and like using. And it's just been such an amazing experience to like be able to make it and to see the success that everybody has using it, and just to meet so many great people, and just to be able to kind of share the investment journey, because it's, you know, investment is one of those things that just changes so much, and like John was saying, you know, strategies change all the time. Something that works one day might not work, you know, a week from now, and so being able to learn about investments and to improve the matrix and the tools that we use, and just to share all of that with you guys and to have you guys share that stuff back with us has just been, I don't know, this is the most rewarding job I've ever had. And so, I don't know, I just like love you guys, love working with you guys, and love the community, and just, yeah, I'm so excited for this next year. I think that we're going to do like such amazing things with the matrix in the next year, and I'm just excited for everybody to be along for the ride.
What was your major?
What was my major? Oh, I did computer engineering. So, yeah, a lot of coding, a lot of little bit of electronics and stuff. Just learning how computers work. So that's what I did in school.
God damn it!
Hey.
Sorry.
Awesome. Well, that is Nate's story. So I will share mine briefly. So I went to college I got 2 degrees. One in music industry and one in marketing. Because my goal was originally just to help people. I wanted to go into data analysis where my job would take musicians and help them to grow their own business, grow their own brand. But what I realized is that, well, first off, the music industry is a very difficult place. But it wasn't until I started doing SMS and I started doing webinars that I realized that the reason that I wanted to do that before is that I enjoy helping others. I enjoy teaching and sharing the information that I have and that I learn with others. And, I didn't go to college for finance. I didn't go to college for education. But what I did go to college for was learning how to do data analysis, but also just what it's like to have a good teacher, what it's like to have a bad teacher, and learning the kind of teachers that I really enjoyed. And say hello to Cleo. So it made sense that I ended up doing this simply because it's a position that I get to spend time with all of you. I get to create webinars, I get to create information, and I never try and see the cost of a subscription as you're paying for a product. It's an investment into your own education. We have no problem spending money for school. We have no problem spending money for all sorts of other things. But what's important is that you get something out of it. And that's really what we've worked the last year to do, is to take what we've created, build something with it, so that by the end of the year, hopefully, you've grown, both as a person, but also monetarily, where with the information you learn from these classes, you can learn to make money, and you can learn to invest. And that's the beauty of it, is just teaching people how to invest and how to grow together. Now, there's a bunch of people that are asking, what strategy are we using? What strategy are we using? I am using the strategy that I've told you all about. X count momentum of 2 or more, trade every week on Fridays. That's the strategy that I'm using. Nate, what strategy are you using?
I'm using oh my gosh, I gotta do it again.
Just mute the computer, don't mute me.
Okay. Good call. One moment.
Wait, you don't like hearing yourself talk?
I love hearing myself talk. I just can't hear myself talk half a second after I'm talking. It makes me it scrambles my brain. I'm using a very similar strategy actually. Based off of X count, using the 1 week, and I tend to rebalance every week. I'm not quite as maybe rigid. I don't trade. I don't have to trade on Friday. I try to look at it. I look at my investments almost every day. But I look at the X count and I just try to. I generally use if X count is more than 2. That's what I use as kind of my basic screener. And then will sometimes change in the middle of the week. Something I'm trying to experiment with. I've been trying a lot of different strategies recently. The X count one has been working very well. But one thing I'm trying to experiment with is trailing stops a little bit. So when you look at the back testing engine, sometimes you'll see you'll look at one of the weeks that your robot strategy traded, and it's like, the market went up 2%, and then you might have bought something, I don't know, let's say it's XLF or something, and you'll see that it went down by like 7%. And when I see that, I think, if I were doing that in real life, I would see that it dropped 4% and I probably would have sold. And so something that I'm trying to play with right now is seeing how different trailing stops can be kind of incorporated into those just basic like X count weekly strategies or bi-weekly strategies, to try to get to try to cut some of those big losses and then hopefully raise the overall returns of the strategy. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of experimenting with right now.
So it's a little bit of what we're working on that's available to all of you right now, as well as, again, a lot of the updates that we see to the Matrix are things that we have a question saying, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we could test a strategy? All right, then let's build a back testing engine. Wouldn't it be cool if we can test out whatever? A lot of the updates to the Matrix are not things that we think would sell. It's things that we want to use ourselves. We invest alongside you, and the strategies that we're using are using the Matrix, because if we didn't think the Matrix worked, we wouldn't be doing any of this. Yeah, so Kira, come here. They want to know what your strategy is. All right, Kira, what's your strategy?
Oh god, there's like multiple cameras. I use Be a Profit, and whenever a stock dings, then I kind of determine if it's something I want to use based on the PNF charts as well as the financials. I'm not really using the Matrix right now, but that is something I'm slowly getting into as I get more confident in my investing. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So, I saw a question in the chat that I wanted to answer. There's actually a few of them. So, there was some questions around subscriptions because, 1 year celebration from when we opened. Her major was music industry as well. So we met through our degrees.
We met playing video games.
Okay, we met playing video games through mutual friends in the same degree. It's neither this nor that. But what I want to share with you all is, yes, we're here to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of Sectors Made Simple, but many of you bought yearly subscriptions. So you're asking, how do I renew? How do I check how long is left on my subscription? If I want to cancel, how do I do that? A bunch of information about subscriptions. So let's go through that all really quick. So your subscription will last from the day you buy it, 1 year. On the day that it's set to expire, it will automatically renew. So if you want to keep your subscription, you don't need to do anything. If you want to cancel your subscription, you can go to the account section of our website. So log in and then click on account up in the top right. Then subscriptions. Here, you can either cancel your subscription, you can renew, anything like that. So that is the way if you don't want to renew. If you want to renew and you already have a subscription, there is nothing you need to do. One thing that we will always do is this. If you bought the subscription at whatever the original cost was, that is the price you will always pay. When the price goes up, if you have your subscription and you continue your subscription, we will always honor the original price that you paid. Sectors Made Simple is about growing the family and about growing the value that we can provide. And with that, the cost is going to go up over time. When people first invested into Sectors Made Simple, when the first people bought subscriptions, you saw what the Matrix looked like. We have grown an incredible amount in the past year, and we don't plan on slowing down. So we will continue to grow Sectors Made Simple in the next year and many years to come, providing more webinars, creating more updates for the Matrix, better strategies, and more classes. Now, the most important thing is this. The price today is the lowest it will be. The price is only ever going to go up. So the best time to get involved in Sectors Made Simple is now. The best time to buy a subscription is as soon as you can, because not long from now, the cost is going to go up again. If you buy in at a lower price, we will honor that price forever. So, if you are willing to invest into us, we are willing to make sure that that contribution is always recognized. When we do live meetups, you will get a little badge that says 1 year subscriber, 2 year subscriber. There's value in the fact that you were one of the first. If you want to know how first you were, we have a list of the first 10 subscribers, if you're curious to know if you were one of the first 10. But this is a journey. There is no destination, because we are always going to continue to grow. No, we're not planning on going public. We're not going to go public, but yeah, that's our plan. We're always going to continue growing, and we hope that you are along for the ride. There's some questions here. Yep. Sarah, do I update my payment in the same area? Yes, you will update your payment in the same area. Lucia, so the renewal will be automatic. The system will electronically take the payment from the card we paid for initially. Yes. And if you want to change the payment, you can do so in that same section. And then Kike is asking, what about those that bought 1 month extra for sectores and inversores? If you have the extra month, then the next payment will be pushed back 1 month. So you're all good. So if you got the extra free month, we add that on. So if your subscription was supposed to end on June 29th, it will end on July 29th instead. Olga, what if I want to change my email address? Please create a new account with the new email, and then send us an email at support@Sectors Made Simple, and we can transfer over the membership to that new account. Can I buy SMS like a stock because the price could grow up? And unfortunately, we don't plan on going public. The best you can do to buy in is to purchase a subscription, because the price that you pay is never going to change. The value that we provide is always going to increase. Again, we never plan on getting any smaller than we are right now. We've seen how much we can grow in 1 year. We're not slowing down. We're only going to continue to grow. So we hope that you all are along for the ride. And again, if you don't want to, or if you cannot subscribe today, that is fine. We will always continue to provide information for free, because learning to invest is something that should not be locked behind a payment. We will teach you to invest for free. All we will ever charge for is making your life easier, saving you time, giving you more resources. But as far as the basics of learning to invest, that is always something we will offer for free. Oh, thank you so much, Karina.
Romulo and Neri want to know if they were one of the first subscribers.
Neri, I know that you were. I think Romulo, you were as well, but I'll double check. And if you're really curious, send me an email. I'll definitely let you know what number you were. But there was a lot of you that all purchased subscriptions in the first 5 minutes. So if I got my classes before you started the Inversores and Sectores. So Inversores and Sectores, because that was through Sectors Made Simple, we didn't offer a free month. The Girasoles classes gave 1 free month, and then the Mi Tableta Mágica classes also had a free month. So if you were in those classes and you didn't get your free month, send us an email and we will gladly give you that free month. As Karina said, we don't feel like we're a number, but a part of the team. That is the goal. It's never about just a sale. It's just about a community. And the community is not our subscribers. If you notice, I don't ever call the subscribers the Sectors Made Simple family. That's very important to me and very important to all of us, because being part of a community should not be put behind a paywall. You are a part of our community if you watch our webinars, if you like the webinars, anything you do with Sectors Made Simple, you are a part of our family. And that's why we don't have a support team. Kira and myself are the support team, so that when you want to talk to someone, you talk to us. And that's, as long as I can help it, that's how it's always going to be. I never want to get detached from the community. I always want to be part of the community and be a student from you all as much as I am a teacher. Because it's important that we all learn from each other. I hope that you've learned something from me, because I have learned so much from many of you. I've learned what you want from the Matrix. I've learned what you want from investing strategies. I've learned what you want from the Matrix. Or I think I already said that one. What you guys want. For example, the Spanish language version of the website. I got so many emails from people saying, we want the information in Spanish. Well, now the entire website's in Spanish. So, you ask, and we will do our best to do. Is there anyone else in the Zoom call that would like to share a story, their experiences, their successes, their lessons, their favorite webinars, anything? If you want to share something, feel free to either raise your hand or unmute. So if there is no one else, then I think that this is a pretty good place to end the webinar for today. This has been an incredible year, and it's very fitting that our 1-year anniversary is on a Tuesday, because it's our day. Tuesdays we have our webinars, Fridays we have our webinars, and I don't plan on ever slowing down with these webinars. If anything, you're just going to see me more, so get used to it. I never thought that I would be doing weekly webinars. I never liked getting in front of people. I never liked giving presentations. What I did enjoy, though, was sharing what I learned. Because, like my mom, I love just learning. I love learning what other things there are, and when I can't find the answer, I go and look for it. And then I share what I've learned. Because I have too much random information in my head. I would much rather get to share it with someone that can learn from it and benefit from it. So, that's what I try and do with you all. I try and learn just something little new every day. And my challenge for all of the webinars is that I always try and teach my mom something. If I can teach my mom something in a webinar, then I know I've done a good job in that webinar. And I'll tell you what, I've got a pretty good record at this point. There's always something that I'm able to teach her. And that's just part of it. Let me just answer some more questions here before we end. What is the price right now? It is $600 a year right now, and it is likely going to go up in about a month. So we'll announce when that's going to happen, so you get a chance to buy in, but very, very soon, that price is going to be going up. Are there any plans to have a chart and not just the X's and the O's? I don't think we have any plans to add line charts, but it's something that we could look at in the future if people are interested in it.
Yeah, I feel like Stock Charts does a very good job, so
Yeah.
why reinvent the wheel? But
Yep.
if people want that, then maybe.
How are we going to attract millennials? Great question. The goal there is to show them that this information is useful for investing, but a lot of the knowledge that we teach is also personal finance. Because one thing I didn't learn, I went to a great school, I went to a great college, but I did not learn personal finance. I didn't learn saving for the future. I didn't learn about taxes. I didn't learn about so much that it is important for when you start to make a little bit extra money. So for millennials, really, the goal is to show them that investing is not scary, but mostly just that personal finance is something that everyone needs to learn. We all need to learn how to save for a house, but also for retirement. So how do you start saving for retirement? What do you put into those investment accounts? And how do you start to make your money work for you? Because I'll tell you what, we spend a lot of time and a lot of effort to make our money. It's only fair that we have our money work for us as well. And that's really all there is to it. You can start. My mom got started investing. She gave a student class that she was with $100 and said, start investing with this. You don't need thousands of dollars to get started investing. You can get started with any amount, and the lessons you learn can apply to anything. We look here at percent returns. If you can make 5% with 100, you can probably make 5% with 1,000. There's always risk. We can never predict what's going to happen in the market, but what we can do is learn together, share what we've learned and what we've benefited from, but also share our defeats, our failures, share what works and what doesn't work, and just continuing that conversation. I never want it to seem like I'm sitting here talking to all of you and that's how it always is. This is not teacher and students. This is the Sectors Made Simple family. I have learned so much from you all. I have grown so much from you all, and I'm pretty sure that Nate, Kira, and if my mom was able to be here, her as well. We have all learned and benefited from this community. So let's go have a second great year, because we've grown so much in the past year. The first year, I was talking with Nate and Kira about this. The first year was about building our community. Now it's about expanding our community. We have created an incredible group of people, both subscribers and non-subscribers. Now let's continue to grow together, both personally, in numbers, and hopefully monetarily as well. Thank you all so much. As always, if you want to get a hold of us, our email is support@sectorsmadesimple.com. You can always reach us there. As you see, Nate is right here.
Hello.
So if you ever need to get a hold of him, I know where he lives. He also knows where I live, so he's easy to get a hold of. So join us, make your voice heard, because we always love to hear from you how we can make investing simpler for you. So from Sectors Made Simple, Jonathan,
Nate.
Kira.
thank you all for an amazing first year, and here's to an amazing second one. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you all so much.